Hey, welcome back to 5 Play Friday. What are we looking at today? We're looking at all of the things. We're analyzing game video, looking at plays, getting better as basketball officials. Let's do it. Stick around. Hey, welcome back to 5 Play Friday. Greg Austin with a better official. We're looking at plays today. Let's get started without delay. Let's look at our first play. It's a you make the call play. Put your ruling down in the comments below. What do you have on this play? Let's take a look.
That's his second. Not figuring anymore. Replacing Rosen.
All right, great signaling by our calling official on this play. Block charge, what do you have on this play? You agree with the call? Is this a charge? Do you have a block? Put your ruling in the comments below and stick around to the end of the video. We'll look at play number 1 at the end of the show. All right, let's move on now to play number 2.
That's his fourth.
All right, block charge play called by the lead. Now we're much later in this game, 3-point game, under 5 minutes to go. Block charge play. We always like block charge plays, right? But let's look at the habits and fundamentals by our calling official here, as they do a great job here of getting this play, in my opinion, correct, right? We'll look at the legality of the defender, right? This is a play where we have to shift our eyes, right? That's always going to be the key to this play. Do we able to get to that defender and judge that legality in a timely fashion? Ball's in the trails primary. Our lead is officiating off-ball action. We had possible screening there, action there. Our center's engaged off-ball as well. We have a block charge play. Is our defender in a legal position? Their knees are kind of buckled, etc. Yes, they were. Their torso facing the opponent, legal position prior to the player going airborne. That is our simple restriction in high school rules. I think that's changing this year, NCAA men. This player is in a legal guarding position despite the fact that it's slightly, they're not super strong and erect, etc. Our calling official, so in many parts of the country, using NFHS mechanics, this would be proper. A call made by the lead official that is an offensive foul. We are going the other way. They are to switch with the table side official. Here in California, in some parts of the world, we do something a little bit different here, but this is per NFHS mechanics. If we look at the spot of the foul mechanics, right, we do get a fist up. It's, less than all the way up on this play. And then we obscure our view by which hand we put behind our head here. If we could, just think about in this situation, I want to look at our previous play where we had dead ball activity afterward. We want to be able to see the players from this point forward. When we turn our body in this fashion, of course, we cut ourselves off from that information. That's a picking a nit, but this is call correct. Legal defender. Charge is ruled. Yeah, good job by our crew. Hey, do allow me a moment to thank our tremendous show supporters. Les O'Connor Jr., Papa Les, Kurt Kopasek, Tom Hickey, Christopher Bowen, and Evan Kirk. Much appreciated and much love. Of course, I will put a link above and in the show notes down below. Let's move on. Let's look at our next play.
His nose or his mouth on the court, but it's a turnover here. Gates driving to the hoop. Gates is fouled hard. And
I love it. I love it. I love everything about this action by our center official on this play, right? The cross-court pass that's intercepted will invariably put our old trail, new lead in a precarious situation. We have to make decisions about a play, right? We notice that our official is just wiping his brow when this happens as well. It's like, oh no. They are beaten on this play. Their angle is not great. They don't pull up. And as a result, they don't have a look on the play on the A to B action by our defender. Our center official says, that is a foul. You're not going to call it? That is a foul. Comes in with a block call on the play. We also know our lead official says, you know what he's thinking? Thank you, right? Because I just did not have a look. But let's look at the habits and fundamentals of the calling official. If you are a new official, right, your habits at the spot of the foul. We've got players on the floor, a hard foul, players on the floor, and we've got teammates coming in, right? This is a hotbed for potential activity, right? We want to slow down and take care of business at the spot of the foul, right? Is everybody good? Are white players going to white and black players going to black to help players up on the floor? Is there any crosstalk, etc.? Great. There is no reason to hurry out of this situation. If we're a young official, right, we will be told to slow down, right? This is one of the areas where we do that. We're super eager to go report our foul. We have to take care of business at the spot of the foul, and this is a great example of closing down, right? We've got lots of players. Everybody good, right? We see white's going to white, black's going to black. We're great. We've got the defender's number. We've informed them, etc. And now we can go report, right? It's a very natural pace to the game. This is a great example of a situation where the officials need to be at their best in dead ball officiating, right? So we love that. And we also love that on the play, where do we know about our partner? If we're center right now, what do we know about our partner? Is they're not in a great position? Are we going to give them first crack at this play? Yes, this is the lead's play. They have the primary whistle on this play. But if in the absence of a whistle, we need to be willing to, when we recognize that a foul has occurred, to come in and get this as center. And this center was beaten as well. Everybody was beaten. This kind of play is always going to make our crew be behind the play. Always, right? The cross-court pass that's intercepted. It's not anticipated, etc. Our center does a good job of closing down as well. Adding, you don't want to make this call from the division line and stop there, right? So great habits and fundamentals on this play. Love it. Love it. Did I mention I love it? Yeah. Yeah, this is great behavior you can model as a young official for a hard foul and handling business at the spot of the foul. Yeah, next play. Why? Because we have a next play mentality. Here we go. Next play.
Clock as the screen is set there by Lacey. Lacey at the elbow, turns, shoots. Good look at that one, misses. Rebound, tough one. An offensive rebound is taken away by Staples Jr., who drives to the hoop, and he takes a hard fall. And the foul should be on Clock here, and Staples Jr. will go to the line to shoot 2.
No audio on plays.
All right, another cross-court pass. A pass stolen. We're going the other direction. The officials are put in a bad position. But what do we see from habits and fundamentals on this play? Let's take a look at all of the things. Right, so our center makes a ruling on this play. They have the open look. Again, if you are center on this play, what are you thinking about my lead's position? We need to be aware of our lead. We know that they have primary coverage on this play, right? So our trail official here is backing out when the ball goes into the post here. We're not in great position. We've got the subsequent rebounding action. Here in California, we have shot clocks. This is the final seconds of the period, rather. So the shot clock goes dark in this situation. Our official's moving now, and now we're going the other way. Right? Our center recognizes this is a high energy situation. I've got to get there. No call from the lead, who slowed, had a look, but it wasn't the best of looks. And again, this is a thank you play. If I'm lead on this play, thank you, partner, thank you, right? If we'd just gone with an out of bounds call, it probably wouldn't have been, the game would have accepted that. But center saw a foul. We're going to report, we're going to shoot free throws, etc. So we've got habits and fundamentals on this play. The lead is beaten. What do we want to do? We want to stop and get an angle on the play. If we try to fight to get to the end line here, we're not going to have the look. But even despite our best efforts, we may not have the look. But if we are aware that our partner's in good position, right, that could affect, do we have to fight to make this call as lead when all the action is on the opposite side of the player from us? Or we know that our center's in great position as well. Being center, be aware of your lead's position on this play, right? Obviously, they, by the book, have first responsibility on this play. But if we have a foul, we have a foul. Great hustle by our calling official on this play, going from center to center. Again, the pass is stolen, and it's invariably going to put us in a poor position. We have to recognize what kind of effort is needed on this play. Right? Is this a play where I'm just going to casually go from center to center and say, well, this is my lead's play, I'm going to let him get it? Or do we say, look, there's urgency for us to get in position and get a look at this play? Great display of athleticism. We've got the foul. I am a fan of all of that on this play. All right, unofficiated action. We don't want it in our game, right? The mechanics are designed to put us in a best position as a crew to observe the game and the activities in the game. When we have habits and fundamentals that break with the basics of the mechanics and our coverage areas, etc., then we can end up with a lack of coverage about certain things, right? So so first of all, there's a challenge in many parts of the country. Varsity games are done 3-person. They're all 3-person. The concept of doing a varsity game 2-person is, what are you even doing, right? But in many parts of the country as well, games are officiated in 2-person and sometimes 3-person. So if you're a 2-person official, you have habits and fundamentals, and then when you move to the 3-person, sometimes those bleed over. And I think we may have that situation here, or we may simply have a situation where our center official, who's working very high to start on the play, is trying to initiate a rotation, and our crew does not respond. But in the end, we end up with unofficiated action on this play. Let's take a look at that action. And if we had simply been looking at that action, would we put a ruling on the play? Right? So those are the things we're looking at. Yeah, you can see it. You see it all the time, right? And when we analyze our game video, these are the things that we're looking for. We've got contact off the ball, player arm to the neck of an opponent, and it is unofficiated action. So how did we get to a situation where we have unofficiated action? Right? The ball is in the center's primary. Does the center have an open look on the play? Yes. Do we need to improve our look on this non-competitive matchup? No, not necessarily, right? Our defender is in position, but it's not an intense matchup that, I have to improve my angle on this play. Many officials think, I'm center, the ball comes in my primary, so I need to get on top of this play. But that's not necessarily the case. We've got a lot of action going on off ball, and our lead may say, the center can officiate that action, and a rotation would not be appropriate. This is the kind of things you want to pregame as well. But we have to be aware, right? The intensity of the matchup increases. We change our position to get a better look, but he thinks I've become the new trail and my crew is going to adjust, and that doesn't happen. And then when the ball goes away into the other official's primary, our official stays with the basketball. And this is a common issue for officials, right? And if we were in a 2-person game, that's my play, right? So we have that, and we end up with our cutter moving off ball, illegal contact, and unobserved action, right? So our player who, here's a key thing. If you can, in your game, when a player from your primary passes the ball to a player out of your primary, if you can, develop the habit, all right, that player, what happens next? What do we expect that player to do? They may step back and be on the perimeter if they're a shooter, but oftentimes they're going to what? Pass and cut. So if I could stay with that player with the action of the initial defender, right? That's pretty marginal contact. And then 2 just says, hey, how about I would rule this an intentional foul for excessive contact. Does elbow contact to the head and neck area automatically rise to that level? If I observed this play and saw that player put that arm up like that, yeah, that's excessive. I would put an excessive foul on that play each and every time. So what would our takeaways be from a situation like this, right? First of all, we want to get open looks on plays. We want to put ourselves in the best position to observe players in our primary coverage area. If we find, when we analyze our game video, situations where that's not the case, we can start to break down, okay, how did I end up being out of position to observe this action? Right? Looking across the court and officiating something in another player's primary will always put you at risk for that. So that's a key takeaway on this play. All right, back at the start of the show, we had play number 1. A charge was ruled on the play. What's your ruling on that play? Let's take a look and analyze all of the things on play number 1. Interesting. So we have the balls in the trail's primary coverage area. Dribbler, primary defender. The trail stays with the play, rules a charge. Fantastic strength in the reporting mechanics at the spot. We have some issues, though, with our reporting to the table. We'll look at those in a little bit, but let's look at the legality of this play. Does this player have legal guarding position? Absolutely. Do we have legal guarding position? 2 feet on the floor, facing their opponent. This is legal guarding position, textbook legal guarding position by rule. This player looks like they like to guard. They move laterally or obliquely, maintaining their legal guarding position, and then there is contact between the ball handler and the defender, and that contact seems to be amplified greatly because our defender throws their head back in a fashion that would suggest displacement on this play. But if we watch their actual torso, right, the contact could be seen as marginal. They throw themselves to the floor. A charge is ruled. Something we talk about a lot as officials is players embellishing contact, right? Was there contact on this play? Yes. Yes, there was. Did our player embellish that contact? Yes. Did they throw their head back and sort of do that jackknife with the body? This is a common tactic by defenders, jackknifing their body back to amplify the contact on a play. In doing so, they can potentially fool referees about the severity of a contact on a play. That's what we'll say about that, right? Does embellishment on a play mean that there was not a foul on the play? No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Embellishment does not mean that there is no foul, but we have to be aware when the actions of players. This action by our defender here was not caused by the ball handler, in my judgment. Was there contact? Yes, there was. But this is a fool the ref play in my mind. Is this a situation where we have faking being fouled? Would you put that in your game? Right? So I think we got a fool the ref play on this play. That's me personally. Now we're early in the game. We're in the first period. Right? Maybe we don't know the personality of all the players, whether they are embellishers or not, etc. So we have that on this play. But let's also look at the mechanics here by our crew, right? And why we end up in a situation where we're a little confused, right? Should our trail official be going tableside in this situation? No, you should not. They're simply going to report and either be center or new lead, depending on what? Depending on where the throw-in spot is. Did we designate a throw-in spot here? Right? Throw-in spots this year, a point of emphasis, National Federation of High School. In the absence of designating a spot, we've left our crew to guess, assume, right? Is this an end-line throw-in? Is this a sideline throw-in in the backcourt, etc.? If we designate the spot, then we outline for our crew what's going to happen next. One of the things we always want to know is what's going to happen next, especially in a crew of 3. We've got 2 officials who need to know where are we moving to, right? This would be a sideline throw-in by rule if we're looking at our area that should go end line. This should be a sideline throw-in. That sideline throw-in should be handled by the old lead. They would be the new trail. Our calling official would be the center. They would move to the reporting area, which they do very effectively here, but they would not go tableside, right? We have to be aware of what proper mechanics are. Now, oftentimes we're the only ones who know, but do we end up in a situation here where our crew seems unsure about what to do next? We don't want to put that on our crew. We want our crew to be moving and with like Arthur Murray dance steps, right? We're moving gracefully to where we're going to be next to administer the game. So that's what we have on that play. In my judgment, we have a fool the ref play. This could be a no call. Say this player faked being fouled. This is my judgment on this play. But something to think about. What did you have on this play? I hope you put it down in the comments below. We can discuss it there. Hey, before we go, let me thank our tremendous show supporters who help fuel our broadcast. Les O'Connor Jr., Kurt Kopasek, Tom Hickey, Christopher Bowen, and Evan Kirk. Much appreciated, much love. I'll put a link above. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you find value in video content like this, even if you disagree with the opinions that I've expressed, make sure to like the video. It gets the video in front of more basketball officials, and that way we can all get better together. We have additional video content available for you here. Make a choice, choose wisely. We have another option on screen as well. You can take advantage of that. But in any event, any way you slice it, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.